So folks, today we are taking a look at this, the FlexBreeze fan by the Shark company, and let me say straight off the bat that this is a wicked piece of kit. We bought this a couple of weeks ago now because we needed something for keeping us cool with the summer approaching, the sunshine, the warmer weather. This has done a really nice job of that, and I wanted to talk to you a little bit about it, but also just highlight the really long list of awesome features that this has. Okay, so straight away you can see, okay, that it just looks really cool. It looks really trendy and modern. It's got a really sleek design to it. Okay, and I think that's really important because it just fits in with this modern day world in which we're all living now, and all other furniture is trying to live up to that standard. So I think it looks really cool. That's the first bit. Second, at the bottom of the neck, okay, down here, that's where the power cable plugs in, okay? And the length of the power cable is really impressive too, because so often companies go for shorter cables to kind of save on cost or whatever, but you can see there, that was like what, 4 arm lengths almost, okay? It's a really decent length cable, and what that means is that you can just stretch this to, you know, further within the house, within the lounge or the dining room or the bedroom or wherever, without needing extension leads and things like that. So it just gives you a little more flexibility within the home, okay? Now, when it's plugged in, okay, not only is it powered and working as it's working right now, but it's also charging the rechargeable battery, okay? You have 24-hour rechargeable battery built into this, which means that when it is, you want to take it out of the house, you want to go to the garden, to the beach, to a park, to a friend's house who doesn't have a fan, whatever, you can take this with you without the power cable, and it's got that 24-hour charge, which is a really cool feature, okay? You can either take it in its full stand position with the floor stand here, or if you prefer, you can push the button just here at the back and just like that, take it as a tabletop stand because now it's detached, okay? You see we've got these 4 legs just here that open up. They literally just push, okay? And now it's a tabletop unit just like that. And I really like that. I think that's a really cool feature. So you can either take it as a tabletop or including the stand. And yeah, it's really cool. I'm holding it by this really nice fan handle on the back. Okay, it's really nice to hold, quite thick, quite durable, but it just fits with the design. And as soon as you're done with it as a tabletop stand, you just slot it straight back in just like that. And we're done, right? So again, another cool feature. Now, when you have it outside, it is rain-proof as well. It's been designed that way, so come rain or shine, you can enjoy it in the garden or outside or wherever, as well as in the house, okay? Now, I'm gonna turn it around so that you can see, okay? So first off, we've got here the handle that I spoke about, okay? But here on the back, this is where the remote control sits, okay? Another really cool feature about this. So you see the size of it in my hand, it is pretty small, okay? And you've got all the standard buttons on there, okay? Power, speed, oscillation, okay? There's a timer as well. But you've got a really powerful magnet on the back. That's what that little kind of bit in the middle just is, and that just sits just there. So although it's a small handheld unit, okay, it's got somewhere dedicated to store it. And I think that's a really cool feature to have built in. It's a really strong magnet as well, which I really like. Okay, so if you give it a knock, it's not falling off, and I like that too, okay? Now, if I turn it back round to the front, okay, next up, just here you have a little LED panel, okay? So that is a set of lights. You've got green through to red, which is showing you the power in the rechargeable battery. You've also got a set of white lights that will either show you the speed or the oscillation, depending on which button you're pressing as well. So again, that's quite a nice feature just to have that sort of subtly built in. I like that. On top, okay, just here, if you don't want to use the remote control, then you can just use the buttons on the top. In fact, I can show you that here, okay? So just here are the buttons. So you've got a power, fan speed and oscillation, okay? And again, they feel nice to press. There's a nice kind of ergonomic feel about using those buttons as well. So that's really nice. Other than that, other features I like, you don't need an app. You don't need to create an account. You don't need to connect to Wi-Fi or Bluetooth or anything like that. So many things nowadays you have to create accounts or whatever for it. This is just plug and go. And as you've seen, there is this really long list of features that are really awesome about this. The one thing I haven't spoken about is the kind of how loud it is or isn't. or isn't. This is the slowest setting of the 5-speed settings that you have, and it's been on the entire video as you've seen, but you haven't really heard it because it's just so quiet. And quite frankly, I probably should have started with this because it's one of the best features about it. It's not invasive in the home with kind of how loud it is if you're trying to have a conversation or watch TV or go to sleep. It's really, really subtle, okay? And in a second, I will put on a kind of a demo of the other speed settings, just so you can hear that it does get louder, of course it does, but it's still not loud, it's still very subtle on the whole. Overall, this is a wicked piece of kit. I can't rave about it enough. I really, really like it. I'm pleased I bought it, and I hope you like this as much as I do.